Alright, today we're going to fill in the foldable that you got in class today. And we've been talking about steps for graphing linear inequalities in two variables. Alright, step number one is you need to graph the boundary line. And we said the boundary line was the equation without having an inequality symbol but an equal sign. We would graph it the same way. Step number two is you need to find a test point. And that's any point that does not fall on your boundary line. And probably the best point to use is the origin, if you can, because the x and the y are both 0 at the origin. And then step number three is to shade. And we want to shade where your test point is true. We want to shade where the test point is true. Alright, well, let's look at the rest of this foldable. When would we have a solid line? Well, you're going to have a solid line when x is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So if I have a bar under the inequality symbol, my boundary line will be solid. Okay, when would I have a dashed line? If I have less than or I have greater than. And I didn't write line up here earlier. Let me go back and correct that. Alright, so we want to try an example. Let's graph y is less than 2/3 x minus 1. Alright, my boundary line is going to have a y-intercept of 1 and a slope of 2/3. And it's going to be dashed because there is no bar under my inequality symbol. So I'm going to go to -1 on my y-intercept, and I'm going to put a dot. Since it's positive, I know I'm going uphill or I'm rising on the right. So I'm going to rise 2 units and I'm going to run 3. And remember, when I graph in self-intercept form, I like to use 3 or more points. Can't go up 2 and over 3, it's off my graph. So I'm going to go back and go down 2 and to the left 3. And then I'm going to draw a dashed line because my inequality symbol does not have a bar underneath it. Alright, I want to pick a test point. I like to pick the origin if it's not on my line, and it's not. So my test point is going to be the origin. And we know the coordinates for the origin are 0, 0. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to replace the x and the y with 0. I'm going to see if my inequality is true. 0 is less than 2/3 times 0 minus 1. 0 is less than -1. That is a false statement. So step number 3, I know when I shade, I'm going to shade away from my test point. So I'm going to shade this region. And remember, what that shading means is every point inside the shaded region is a solution to that inequality. And remember, solution means an ordered pair that makes the inequality true. So we should have given you enough information to fill out your foldable, and I will see you in class. Bye.